When people ask how the riding is in Laos, this is a national highway. That's what I'll tell them, because that's what it is. This is the only paved road that goes this way. Whew. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steph. This is Tempo Steph. If you've been here, you've been here. If you haven't, you haven't. Thanks for being here now. It is so cold right now. I am in the middle of the mountains in Northern Laos, and it's like 10 degrees Celsius, and I have a full day of riding, and I'm very cold, and I don't want to go. I want to go back in bed because bed was very comfy. Get the bike all loaded up. We have a hard day of riding today, so I'm trying to pull up the map here. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that is 165K, and Google is telling me it's going to take 4.5 hours to do it, and I believe it, given the road conditions and that I am on a 125cc motorbike. We're trying to get to the gate of the first national park in Laos, and if I can get there on time and if programs are still running, I haven't seen a lot of information post-COVID about this. We might try to get on a night safari through the national park with the local guides, so if that can happen, amazing. If that doesn't happen, we're probably going to try to make a couple more hours on the road past that to get to our next destination, because I am trying to bang out 1,000 kilometers in 5 days, and I'm not going to do it, so I'm going to have to extend. But yeah, let's just get on the road, get it over with. I've been riding for about an hour, and we've been climbing for an hour, so it's even colder. Holy cow, y'all. Like, ooh. It's all switchbacks all the way up. I've been just climbing in second gear basically this whole time. And you cruise through the villages, and everybody's like 4 or 5 people huddled around a fire with the dogs, and the kids are all getting ready for school. It's so cute. Usually this GoPro, this nice camera that you guys are inside of right now, hello, I keep for just holding like this, but I'll put it on my chest just because the view's so nice, so you guys can see how nice the view is too. I have like an off-brand action cam that I usually do, and the footage isn't very good, but let's get you guys some decent footage of these hills, because it is intense. And I'm down to like a 1/4 tank of fuel, and I don't know where the next village that has fuel is, so hopefully it stops climbing and stops going down, because neutral is free, right? This is the lookout. It's not too soon. This is the spot to have a look. So, I mean, that's impressive. Wow. And we climbed all the way up from the river, so all the way from the bottom. I think I've been in more remote places, but with, with somebody else. I've never been this far out, this far away from, Western medical care and everything like that by myself. So it's an adventure, and there's poop. bye đi. Or guess so? Oh, no? Okay. They have no gas. They have diesel. So another hour down. The sun's definitely a lot warmer now. But look at this. I've stopped in a few of the bigger villages to try to get fuel, but they didn't have any. I'm sure they have the little like Lao beer bottles that are filled back up with fuel, but those are, I mean, I think they didn't want to share, but I don't know. I don't speak any Laotian, obviously, and these people, or the folks in the villages around here, I don't think Laotian is their first language. I think they're Hmong people, but I could be completely wrong about that. Only like 50% of Laotians are ethnically Laotian, the rest belong to different ethnic groups. But Laotian is the national language, so, you know, everybody speaks it. I have to pee so bad. I was hoping that I could pull over on a place to show you guys the view and pee, but there's some dudes working down there, so we're gonna have to find another spot. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, the camera, like, this is why I think real, like, motovloggers have drones, so you can kind of see. I don't. I'm not. I'm just a silly big kid with a camera. So, and a scooter. Well, it's a semi-automatic, so it's not a scooter. It's a motorbike, damn it. For the first time, well, for the first drink, I should say. I got my adventure fuel, imported from Thailand. Well, been on the road for 4 hours, been stuck in that dirt for a while. I'm hoping that's the end of the dirt because this is a nice stretch of road, but we'll see what happens. This little village, some music going. This is exhaustive riding because you have to, like, not only is your body taking the impact, but your mind has to be so much more on because you're operating a motorcycle, so your mind's already engaged, but you have to pick a line, you know, it's full on. It's very, very tiring. And I have my period and I have diarrhea, so it's just a bad day for it, guys. It's a bad, bad day for it. But it beats working for a living, right? A ways away from the town, but we have made it to the national park border, which is awesome. This is the first and only national park in all of Laos. Let's try to pronounce it. Phou Louey. Phou Louey National Park. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm so exhausted. I think even if there's not the ranger thing, as long as I can get a guest house, I'm not going to go too much farther today. Let's check it out. We came in and out of the national park, and then we'll go back into it further up the road. But this is the first one of these I've seen. All the villages up along the way, the kids all had, dart guns to catch fish, and they all had like scuba diving masks. So I think this is saying you can't blow the fish up, you can't shoot the fish, you can't electrocute the fish, you can't go diving, and you can't poison the fish. And these must be the species that are in the area. So that's cool. They're protecting the area all around the national park. This is incredibly beautiful. Isn't this lovely? And this is like maybe not even the best side, like across the village, and then across. Oh, and you can see the fish traps down there everywhere. So we hit a couple different, it looked like major, look at my hair, yeah. This is what it does, because it's been in a helmet. Like, my hair's real bad, that's why I always have a stupid hat on. But when it's been in a helmet, it's even worse, but I don't care. I don't care, you guys are not here for my hair. If you were, then, oh, I don't. A couple different, like, economic zones. So we went the I'm very tired. We went through a few villages that all the women were weaving and the men were like making bamboo sheets. And then another one where it was all like timber. You could see that everything had been deforested. Some that were fishing. So it's kind of neat. Every village seems to have a little bit of a specialty too. Let's get back to just another one of those too beautiful not to hop off and have a look. So these are the rice paddies, terraced rice paddies. This is so cool. It is dry season right now, so we are the end of February, like the very end. It's like the 27th, 28th, something like that. It is dry season, and during the planting season, these terraces will be flooded, using the water down there from the river, and then reservoirs, whatever, this will be flooded. The rice will be planted. It's very cool. There's a bunch of cows just hanging out for now. And then during the wet season too, usually there's a lot of ducks as well. Because ducks and rice, they just grow so well together. Do you have any baby rice? Those girls are having way too much fun. So we made it to the visitor center at the national park, and the proper way to pronounce it is?
I'm at Phou Louey National Park.
Exactly what she said. And they have a nice little exhibit here about some of the conservation work they do in the park. So anybody can come. As a tourist, you can go on the famous night safari. You can do 2 to 5 day trekking tours. And it's all supported by the local people that live near the park. So you're putting money back into the hands of the people that otherwise might be poaching from the park for subsistence. So if they get a pretty good gig leading tours, less likely to poach and get in trouble. It's very informative. All the information is in Laotian as well as English. So good information for local people, good information for tourists. And they talk about all the different species that they have here in the park, which is pretty neat because they have a lot of really rare animals here. So the leopard cats, porcupines, civets, I guess those aren't so rare, but the sun bear is, and the tigers certainly are. And they have some really cool casts here from tiger prints. Look at how big that is. It was my understanding that the Indo-Chinese tiger was extinct in the entire country of the People's Democratic Republic of Laos, but they could be here. If they're anywhere, they're going to be here, which is really cool. It seems like there's a lot of work that goes into working with the local communities because it said over here there are 54,000 people that live within the national park area, and that's important because that's where the people live, and those are the people that know the forest, and those are the people that are going to know the history of the forest, to know the animals in the forest. And unfortunately, because of economic reasons, people that poach from the forest too. And that's subsistence farming or subsistence poaching, so going in and taking animals for your family to eat. And then also, obviously, with the rare animals, we're very close to China, we're very close to Thailand, kind of hubs of international exotic animal trade. So if you can make X amount of money a year as a rice farmer, but you can go poach a tiger with your buddies and you can send your kids to school for a few years, that's a viable option. People don't poach because they hate animals or they don't want their country to have lots of animals. They poach because they need to eat and they need to send their kids to school. So in the park, they have 3 regions, the core area, which is completely protected, and then 2 boundary regions too. So the people that still live in the area can still hunt for deer and still hunt for animals that there's a lot of, so they can still feed their families and then work in the park too, which is really great. We've got some muskets and wire snares. Oh, big leg hold traps. The other really interesting thing I read about was the ranger teams here. So they have ranger teams that go out and track and make sure the animals are safe?
Yes.
Yes? How many rangers do you have?
We have about four
14?
substation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with the 2 soldiers, 2 rangers, and locals, that's so cool. And so cheap. I read in the information it was only $1,800 a month to support a ranger unit. So can people maybe go on the website and learn more about that too?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, okay.
You can see on the website.
Yeah, and we'll link it in the video too so that everybody can go see the website. Because if you come to Laos, don't just go to Luang Prabang and Vientiane Chen. You should come here too and see the amazing animals and the amazing work that the people are doing here. Khop Jai, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Wow. So I decided to head on from the town that the national park headquarters were in, because I figure it's nice and warm now. It's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, it's 3:20 now, but yeah, let's ride. Let's get some kilometers out of the way while it's nice and warm. That way I might not have to leave so early tomorrow and be so frozen. From the national park headquarters, the next town that looks like it would have a guest house was an hour ride. So I'll make it there, and then if there's still how I feel, good light, we'll check the map and see if I can go for another hour or so. But try to eat up those kilometers and get it all done today, feel like crap today, and not have to do so many tomorrow. And look at this. I mean, wow.